better video of the grass here. But that looks pretty good. Swim spa. How do you prepare a piece of land for seeding to grow some grass? First, you pick up all the stones and other debris that are all over the place in this muddy dirt. So this is the concrete mess that the concrete team left behind. See, it's all on the ground over here on this side of the house over by the garage. Cleaned up some earlier in the year, last year before the snow, and put it there. Then I built this out of 2x4s because I'm cheap. It's a land rake and you put this weight on it, drag it around the yard and hopefully smooth things out. Let's see if this works. Okay, everyone, I can actually see how this is going to work, but it's going to require many passes. I wish I had a sharper leading edge. I might even put a piece of metal on that front one there, but there are some very rough areas and hard packed areas, like right in here. So I got a couple ideas. Number one, I've got to go around and I believe fill in some of these bigger depressions just using a manual rake. Some strong teeth on it. I think there's a big one right there. And then the other thing I think I'm going to do is take my nail gun and shoot a bunch of nails into those boards so that maybe they stick out about an inch and a half on the other side to break up the surface area here and allow for more pushing around of the dirt. I've also noticed that these are getting pulled out quite badly. So that's probably going to require, see in there? It's getting yanked out. So that's about to yank out actually. So it looks like I'm going to have to drill all the way through and put a bolt through that. Here's version 2. I've gone and used my nail gun and I've added these 3-inch nails into the 2x4s. About an inch and a half sticking out. You drag it around. You have to do a number of passes. I'm going to drag it around with this little tractor. And we're going to see if those the 3-inch nails, 1.5 inches sticking out the other side, softens it up, makes it ready to receive grass seed. So this is quite a dramatic 2-foot little drop there. The idea is use the tractor, the bucket, pull backwards, and just try to smooth that out a little bit. This seemed to work pretty well. Again, keep in mind I'm a novice. It gave me another idea. Why not use the bucket, pull it backwards across the yard, and see how that worked in terms of helping to level, reduce high spots, low spots, and prepare the yard for receiving grass seed. I've pulled those 3 stones from this pile here. Let's take them around back and see what I can do with them. Got the bucket in a pretty good position. I think this is pretty much what I'm looking to do here. These are not small stones. Slide it down. I'm not a landscaper, I've never done anything like this. The idea here is to put some of these stones in here to maintain this ridge. And of course the swim spa goes over here and it's going to be in here. This one. You get the idea. That's not too bad. Pretty much keeps that ridge in place. Let me know what you think. It's windy today out here, so I hope it's not too much of a problem with the mic on the phone. Getting rocks, for which you'll see in a second. Dying to get this one, but maybe too much for me to lift. Let's see if I can slide it over. Way too heavy. That wind is brutal. Not on my phone. All right. Let's call it a win and move it over. So I laid the first 5 a week ago, and this is what I managed this morning. That right there is that monster stone. They're all pretty big along this back area. And it's gonna stop there just because it's so gradual over here. I think we'll just make that a grass slope. It's also where they're going to drive in the spa. Now I'm gonna try to do some more leveling, and if that's successful, then drag the dirt in the lawn area and then seed. But it is windy out here. I'm pretty happy about that. So I've got this old blade. It's 5 feet wide. I'm gonna try this on the yard, on the lawn down there tomorrow, because now it's too muddy. But I didn't think this would be necessary, but given all the undulations and how, I think I'll smooth it out with this and then hit it with the drag to get it super smooth. But I think between the two, using our new used tractor and then that pull thing that I designed, this could work. The 3.5-inch nails, 1.5 inch sticking out the bottom, just folded over within 20 feet, and the weight continued to be a problem. So I decided to pull out the larger John Deere tractor, put the blade on the back, and just try my luck with trying to smooth it using the back blade. the blade is pulling stones out of the ground and I'm leaving holes like this in the surface. Big one came out of here, that one right there. And I've got one right there I've got to pull out, but see, these are coming up out of the ground, one there. So what I'm going to have to do is I've got a dirt pile over there behind those cedars. I'll go get a bucket and I'll walk around and I'll fill these before I do the final drag. Right now I'm going to go up around the septic to that side of the house and drag over there with the blade. I've been around leveling using the blade on the back of the tractor. The other day, as you're aware, I built this thing and it had one weight on it, and if I can lift it up here, I put nails on it, but in one pass all the nails got knocked down. So I'm going to try this. You can see these rakes, the tines on the rakes, the head of the rakes extend down below the surface of the bottom of this pull. So let's see what happens. I've got spaces for 3 weights now. We'll see if the rakes tear off or if the tines blow out, etc., or if it actually works. The lawn rake is all set to go. I've got 3 weights on it now as opposed to 1. Each one of those blocks is between 25 and 30 pounds. They are very big cinder blocks. And you can see how I've attached these rakes. I think these are called bow rakes. 2 older bow rakes in the middle. No special reason for that. Definitely better quality. Hardwood handles. These ones I bought the other day for 20 bucks each. Softwood handles. Let's see which one breaks first. And I've just got them attached on each 2x4 crossing 2x4 with a construction screw. So I've got 4 of them. There are gaps, but the idea is to go around multiple times. So, you know, with the skid, with this, and with some of the nails, which you can see are protruding there, you know, we're going to scuff up this surface and get it ready for the grass seed. Get it ready to accept grass seed. So I've only been around twice, and definitely an improvement of just with bang nails through the 2x4s and 2x3s. The tines on the rakes get filled up quite quickly with weeds and sticks, which is a good thing because it's collecting them. I think you can see how they're getting. Now, I got stuck here. I stopped right there, and this is a rise. This is very heavy for this little tractor. You can see the wheels are spinning. So what I'm going to do is take that off, readjust, and then drive away. Let's see what I can do here. We'll clean up the tines again because they're getting plugged. I'm beginning to think, I guess I like this depth on them. These 2 in the middle are a little bit lower, different rake design. How am I going to clean this? This is all very heavy. There we go. Voila. Okay, so this is working very well. The tines could probably, on the two outside rakes, these one and this one, be a little lower, but you know, at the end of the day, they're doing pretty well. This one's a little clogged up right now. I just cleaned them, so that got clogged up again. They are getting bent. This one over here got bent quite badly, hit a stone. Anyway, it's cleaning things up quite nicely. It's softening up the surface, maybe half an inch to an inch deep. And I'm going to continue to make several passes. It's working out quite well. Pulled up that big root right there. Go pull that out by hand. Works. Let's have a look here. See how filled. Just picking up that crap all over. Doing a great job. Again, I think the two middle ones are lower on the outside, so I'm going to readjust those for tomorrow. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of additional passes out here. Continue to try to smooth the ground down. Come out here again tomorrow morning, do the same thing. Then spread the grass seed, then turn on some water. And then right there, right by my toe, there's another rock. The hunt for rocks. I've made some adjustments to the land rake. I've added this 2x4 here. So the rake handles used to be down here. So that adds an angle, some elevation, which should put the tines deeper in the soil as they pull. And I need to do that today to break up that, you know, it's done quite a good job already, but I want to break up another inch of the surface so it better receives the grass seed. I'm starting to disassemble my yard rake. I've pretty much been able to do as much as I can with it. See, it's coming apart. I've got the weights right over there. I'm going to use this rake to just clean up the thatch here, walk around and clean up some little piles that got left behind. And then after lunch, I'm going to start seeding. We've got rain coming tomorrow. I'll put some rain on the seed today. And hopefully that gets the grass kickstarted and growing. So I've managed what I can do with this yard surface. Probably hasn't been broken up enough. But as you can see, I've got some grass seed and a little spreader here. This is grass seed from Magical Canadian Tire. The neighbor used it last year. It seemed to work okay. I'm going to give it a shot. I have no idea in terms of the type of coverage or how much I should try to open up the throttle on this thing, but we'll see what happens. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we'll get a little bit of sprinkler water on it today. We've got Ron Eagle Carpentry working away inside, and the HVAC guys are installing the air handler system. New sprinkler's working well. I think I'm going to turn it the other orientation as I'm watering the stones over there. We have some grass growing there. Can you see it? There's big stuff that was already in the ground, but you see the little shoots right there? So this is the first area I've seen it, but actually as I look out across, it looks like it's sprung. Like, yes, that's big stuff that was in the ground to begin with, but I think just like you see here, it's starting to come up all over. Huh, I did not expect that. I was getting very depressed yesterday, actually. Have a look at that. I would say this is turning out to be successful. Oh, I was so worried this was not going to work. But lo and behold, it is coming together. Look at how green that is. It's already starting to look nice. Give it 2 weeks, and I think we'll be pretty happy with this. Better video of the grass here. Needs some help right in there. And starting to get back to working on this today. But that looks pretty good. Swim spa.